Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A reproduction of a written record, e.g. of a legal or school record. Matter to be printed, exclusive of graphical materials. Reproduce or make an exact copy of. Copy the genetic information. Make a replica of. Copy that drawing. Reproduce someone's behavior or looks. Children often copy their parents or older siblings. A thing made to be similar or identical to another thing. She made a copy of the designer dress. Copy down as is. The students were made to copy the alphabet over and over. Material suitable for a journalistic account. Catastrophes make good copy. A reproduction of a written record, e.g. of a legal or school record. Something that has been transcribed. A written record, usually typewritten, of dictated or recorded speech. He read a transcript of the interrogation. Matter to be printed, exclusive of graphical materials. Make or do or perform again. He could never replicate his brilliant performance of the magic trick. Reproduce or make an exact copy of. Replicate the cell. Bend or turn backward. Make a replica of. Recreate a picture by Rembrandt. Create anew. Form anew in the imagination. Recollect and reform in the mind. His mind recreates the entire world. Reproduce someone's behavior or looks. The mime imitated the passers-by. Appear like, as in behavior or appearance. Life imitate art. Make a reproduction or copy of. Make a pretense of. Create a representation or model of. Reproduce someone's behavior or looks. A written document preserving knowledge of facts or events. A written document preserving knowledge of facts or events. A book prepared for use in schools or colleges. His economics textbook is in its 10th edition. The words of something written. There were more than 1,000 words of text. A passage from the Bible that is used as the subject of a sermon. The preacher chose a text from Psalms to introduce his sermon. The main body of a written work, as distinct from illustrations or footnotes, etc. Pictures made the text easier to understand. The words of something written. Being too identical. A copy that corresponds to an original exactly. He made a duplicate for the files. Duplicate or match. Make or do or perform again. Increase twofold. Something additional of the same kind. Identically copied from an original. A duplicate key. Make a duplicate or duplicates of. Could you please duplicate this letter for me? Used of homologous chromosomes associated in pairs in synapsis. A stand-in for movie stars to perform dangerous stunts. His first job in Hollywood was as a double for Clark Gable. To double the degree. His eyes were double bright. A base hit on which the batter stops safely at second base. He hit a double to deep center field. Make or do or perform again. Consisting of or involving two parts or components usually in pairs. An egg with a double yolk. Having more than one decidedly dissimilar aspects or qualities. A double, or dual, role for an actor. Twice as great or many. Ate a double portion. Raising the stakes in a card game by a factor of 2. I decided his double was a bluff. Bend over or curl up, usually with laughter or pain. He doubled and vomited violently. Having two meanings with intent to deceive. A sly double meaning. Increase twofold. The population doubled within 50 years. Someone who closely resembles a famous person, especially an actor. He could be Gingrich's double. A quantity that is twice as great as another. 36 is the double of 18. Bridge. Make a demand for a card or suit. Do double duty. Serve two purposes or have two functions. She doubles as his wife and secretary. Hit a two-base hit. Large enough for two. A double bed. Used of flowers having more than the usual number of petals in crowded or overlapping arrangements. Double chrysanthemums have many rows of petals and are usually spherical or hemispherical. To say, state, or perform again. Make or do or perform again. Repeat an earlier theme of a composition. Do over. To say again or imitate. An event that repeats. The events today were a repeat of yesterday's. Happen or occur again. Make or do or perform again. Form by reduplication. The consonant reduplicates after a short vowel. Put in order or neaten. Make the bed. Eliminate urine. Have a bowel movement. Institute, enact, or establish. Make laws. Create by artistic means. Make by combining materials and parts. Give certain properties to something. Don't make this into a big deal. Create or design, often in a certain way. Charge with a function. Charge to be. Induce to have sex. Head into a specified direction. Achieve a point or goal. Earn on some commercial or business transaction. Earn as salary or wages. How much do you make a month in your new job? Represent fictitiously, as in a play, or pretend to be or act like. She makes like an actress. Proceed along a path. Make one's way into the forest. The act of mixing cards haphazardly. Reach a goal. Make the first team. Organize or be responsible for. Have, throw, or make a party. Give rise to. Cause to happen or occur, not always intentionally. Make a stir. Make, formulate, or derive in the mind. Make an estimate. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. Engage in. Make love, not war. Cause to do. cause to act in a specified manner. Prepare for eating by applying heat. Can you make me an omelette? A recognizable kind. What make of car is that? To compose or represent. This makes a fine introduction. Make or cause to be or to become. Make a mess in one's office. Create or manufacture a man-made product. Act in a certain way so as to acquire. Make friends. Add up to. 4 and 4 make 8. Amount to. This salary increase makes no difference to my standard of living. Appear to begin an activity. Assure the success of. A good review by this critic will make your play. Behave in a certain way. Make merry. Be or be capable of being changed or made into. He makes a great host. Be suitable for. Wood makes good furniture. Calculate as being. I make the height about 100 feet. Carry out or commit. Make a mistake. Cause to be enjoyable or pleasurable. Make my day. Change from one form into another. Make water into wine. Compel or make somebody or something to act in a certain way. Heat makes you sweat. Consider as being. Constitute the essence of. Clothes make the man. Develop into. He will make a splendid father. Favor the development of. Practice makes the winner. Form by assembling individuals or constituents. Gather and light the materials for. Make a fire. Make by shaping or bringing together constituents. Make a dress. Perform or carry out. Make a decision. Reach in time. Undergo fabrication or creation. This wool makes into a nice sweater. Create by artistic means. Create a poem. Make or cause to be or to become. Create a furor. Create or manufacture a man-made product. Bring into existence. The company was created 25 years ago. Invest with a new title, office, or rank. Pursue a creative activity. Be engaged in a creative activity. Repeat after memorization. Have offspring or produce more individuals of a given animal or plant. These bacteria reproduce. Make a copy or equivalent of. Reproduce the painting. Recreate a sound, image, idea, mood, atmosphere, etc. This DVD player reproduces the sound of the piano very well. A presentation to the mind in the form of an idea or image. The state of serving as an official and authorized delegate or agent. A performance of a play. A body of legislators that serve in behalf of some constituency. A congressional vacancy occurred in the representation from California. A creation that is a visual or tangible rendering of someone or something. A factual statement made by one party in order to induce another party to enter into a contract. The sales contract contains several representations by the vendor. An activity that stands as an equivalent of something or results in an equivalent. A statement of facts and reasons made in appealing or protesting. Certain representations were made concerning police brutality. The act of representing, standing in for someone or some group and speaking with authority in their behalf. The right of being represented by delegates who have a voice in some legislative body. Communicate, with, in writing. Produce a literary work. Write or name the letters that comprise the conventionally accepted form of a word or part of a word. Write music. Record data on a computer. Communicate or express by writing. Create code. Write a computer program. She writes code faster than anybody else. Mark or trace on a surface. Artifact made by weaving or felting or knitting or crocheting natural or synthetic fibers. She measured off enough material for a dress. Having substance or capable of being treated as fact, not imaginary. Having material or physical form or substance. The tangible substance that goes into the makeup of a physical object. Coal is a hard black material. A person judged suitable for admission or employment. He was university material. Concerned with or affecting physical as distinct from intellectual or psychological well-being. Material needs. Concerned with worldly rather than spiritual interests. Material possessions. Derived from or composed of matter. The material universe. Directly relevant to a matter, especially a law case. His support made a material difference. Information, data or ideas or observations, that can be used or reworked into a finished form. The archives provided rich material for a definitive biography. Things needed for doing or making something. Writing materials. Sell at artificially low prices. Sever all ties with, usually unceremoniously or irresponsibly. The company dumped him after many years of service. Knock down with force. A coarse term for defecation. Fall abruptly. A piece of land where waste materials are dumped. A place where supplies can be stored. An ammunition dump. Computer science. A copy of the contents of a computer storage device, sometimes used in debugging programs. Drop. Stuff, in a heap or mass. The truck dumped the garbage in the street. Throw away as refuse. No dumping in these woods. Anything added to fill out a hole. 100 filler equal 1 forint in Hungary. Copy to fill space between more important articles in the layout of a magazine or newspaper. The tobacco used to form the core of a cigar. Used for filling cracks or holes in a surface. A clean copy of a corrected draft. A rotary duplicator that uses a stencil through which ink is pressed, trademark Roneo. Make copies on a roniograph. A person who is almost identical to another. A group of genetically identical cells or organisms derived from a single cell or individual by some kind of asexual reproduction. an unauthorized copy or imitation. Make multiple identical copies of. People can clone a sheep nowadays. Print copies from a prepared stencil using a mimeograph. She mimeographed the syllabus. A rotary duplicator that uses a stencil through which ink is pressed, trademark Roneo. Print copies from a prepared stencil using a mimeograph. She mimeographed the syllabus. A rotary duplicator that uses a stencil through which ink is pressed, trademark Roneo. A lightweight paper used with carbon paper to make multiple copies. An original and two manifolds. Many and varied, having many features or forms. Manifold reasons. Combine or increase by multiplication. A pipe that has several lateral outlets to or from other pipes. A set of points such as those of a closed surface or an analog in 3 or more dimensions. Make multiple copies of. Duplicator consisting of a gelatin plate from which ink can be taken to make a copy. Copy on a duplicator. Hectograph the handouts. To go back over again. We retraced the route we took last summer. A suggestion of some quality. A just detectable amount. He speaks French with a trace of an accent. Make a mark or lines on a surface. Trace the outline of a figure in the sand. Pursue or chase relentlessly. The hunters trace the deer into the woods. An indication that something has been present. There wasn't a trace of evidence for the claim. Follow, discover, or ascertain the course of development of something. Trace the student's progress. Read with difficulty. The archaeologist traced the hieroglyphs. A drawing created by superimposing a semi-transparent sheet of paper on the original image and copying on it the lines of the original image. A visible mark, as a footprint, left by the passage of person or animal or vehicle. Copy by following the lines of the original drawing on a transparent sheet placed upon it. Make a tracing of. Trace a design. Discover traces of. She traced the circumstances of her birth. Either of two lines that connect a horse's harness to a wagon or other vehicle or to a whiffletree. Make one's course or travel along a path. Travel or pass over, around, or along. The children traced along the edge of the dark forest.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.